think you get a raise when you take the brand?
Well, I think they can negotiate it. Right before the brand touches your skin, that's the moment to kind of renegotiate. But
sure.
the no's and the yeses are pretty finite.
Yeah, at that point.
But they're definitely open to it.
Come on.
I'm gonna kill you, you son of a bitch. Before I do, I'm gonna take something back.
Wade, we find out when he's up against a tree and he's exposed that he's branded.
And it makes sense what they've been talking about. You know, come and get it.
You have something belongs to me. Come and get it.
Obviously, your mind is like itemized. What is the thing?
What could it be? If I never thought for 1 second that it was a brand.
Yeah.
I never thought.
And then as soon as you put that together, you're like, oh shit.
All of it.
He's going to cut it off of him and do full like Silence of the Lambs. Okay, cool.
What did you think about that when you saw it? Like when we saw him in the tree?
It was brutal. I mean, it was like the prosthetic was incredible.
Yeah.
The pizza, you know, the slice of pizza, which is what it looked like, came off in the hand with drip, and it was like good.
I don't know if like doing it for real would look that much different than what that fillet. Ugh.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
Jimmy loves Colby, loves Teeter, is angry, is fucking pissed, wants revenge.
Yeah.
That can all be true.
Right.
But it's still really hard for Jimmy to stand there and watch that shit happen. That's not the language that Jimmy speaks.
Isn't that funny? And yet you got the brand like straight away. Everything is reversed, and we're like wanting it so bad, ready to
take it.
Pick me, I'll cut his hand off or whatever.
Right.
Everything is upside down, and that's what's so interesting because you think you got it. You're like, I know the shell is under the. It's not there. It's over here.
It has to
every
be.
time.
And it's like it's these highs and lows, right?
Yeah.
Like Jimmy this is when he's most in love with Mia, and he's seeing the sort of darkest side of what it means to wear the brand. And he's seeing Wade, a branded man who defied the brand, getting fucking strung up in a tree and tortured.
If you're wearing that brand, you must be a bad man.
Walker, of all people, is the one to do it. So like, so many interesting things are happening.
He had to do it, otherwise he still has a death sentence.
You're gonna have to prove yourself, Walker.
And having Walker cut the brand off, is that another like subtle way, well, not so subtle way for Rip to also say like, this is what it would look like if you were ever to do something? Because he wore the brand and left.
That would dissuade me from leaving
right?
twice.
So, like,
having watched that event, I would be handing in my card and it'd be like, okay.
Right, like, so it feels like
you
Walker,
own me.
Yeah.
And this is right when you guys are signing up to wear the brand. So you're seeing the darkest consequence of taking the brand.
You all wanted revenge. Now you got it. But there's a price to pay for revenge.
It seems like we built an army of everyone's
and that's what it feels like.
corralled, and now you're all pawns.
The whole army now, see?
You always got an army, don't you, John?
And there's a reason behind it building up a force, because it needs to go somewhere and be kinetic.
And John, obviously, that's something that he would sign off on. You know, he's Rip just can't just run around branding people.
Right.
So that's something that John himself feels like, hey, there's value in bringing in these men into this circle. He knows I need all hands on deck, literally, to handle what's to come in the future.
Evil wants what it wants. It won't stop until it's won or you kill it.
Speaking of coming back, welcome. What do you want for Teeter moving forward? What would you like to see her get into, to do?
It was so above and beyond anything that I could have hoped for, that anything that I think about would just pale in comparison to what he could possibly come up with in his big old brain. What I felt, at least, that there was a real army that was now being formed. And I'm really looking, and what I would love is to have physically intense scenes where I feel like I'm kind of a soldier. Kind of odd to say this in front of people, but I feel like a weird sex scene would be really fun. Because, I mean, we're not really having sex.
Well,
and I just feel like it would
audience, we're not really having sex.
We're not really having sex, but I feel like it would be I think that it would maybe turn some
things more.
Some roles on their head.
Yeah.
Don't that sound nice? But in terms of this storyline, there's more depth there that we will get into.
Yeah.
But without it making the relationship boring in any way. We shared a trauma.
We shared a trauma, which I think is so interesting, but very, very destructive all at the same time.
You don't have to come.
I would miss this for the fucking world. Now that she's got the brand, is she capable of switching into violence, becoming one of the underbelly part of the ranch?
I figured Teeter was always capable of violence.
That is fun.
I just remember thinking when I was looking into like Cole Hauser's eyes, you know, as Teeter, I was like, bring it. I really felt like bring it. My big thing from when I came on the show, because I didn't know I was going to be in more than one episode even. And my like dream was like, I just want to get branded. I just want to get, that's all I wanted was to get branded. And so episode 9.
Yeah.
And I'm reading the script. I see that I get branded. And this is so, I literally burst into tears.
Wow.
Like full Miss Universe ugly cry. Just like, no way, you guys. And like, it was this huge moment. What I think could be interesting is that the loyalty to the brand might come second to the loyalty I have to you. And I think that could be an interesting kind of thing. While being branded is a bonding experience, I think it's a secondary bonding experience to near death.
Right.
Which is what
Well,
we kind of had.
I definitely thought I was dead. I mean, for sure. When, you know, we're reading that for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And
So about that, I should say that it was like Sunday morning. I don't know if you guys know this, and Taylor calls me up, and he's like, you don't die. And I'm like, what? He's like, the next script that's coming out, you're gonna think you died, you don't die. And then basically it was like, oh, and tell Denim.
so I've already read the script, and by the time I get a text message from you, I'm freaking out. I'm like running around my house in a manic state. Like, oh my God, what had happened, da-da-da. And then you send it, I was like, okay, all right. The night was a big night, you know, when we finally kiss.
It wasn't so bad, was it?
I had like harassed every other part of your body though by
Well, yeah, by that time I was
point.
completely violated. It had nothing else left.
Which, by the way, I just want to be clear, I did check in with him. Did I not? I did.
No,
Am I lying?
100%.
I did, right?
I've always felt safe and comfortable.
I had to check in.
No,
I'm pretty sure I was like, is it okay if I lick your face on this tape?
If that's how you feel.
You on back, bro?
Don't, thanks.
Like, what did you think, and then how did it feel for you, like, on the day when it actually...
I've been meaning to tell you, Denim.
Oh, okay,
No, I'm
great.
kidding.
I was gonna say,
How did you feel?
I mean, I was just mainly concerned with how you were feeling the entire time.
Yes,
mean,
because I basically had like a nude Band-Aid. You're like, here's some Band-Aids.
Yeah,
you know,
2
go
or 3
out.
Band-Aids, yeah.
You're not acting at a certain point because you're
Right.
really out there in the elements. I don't know. You guys were just the greatest group to come into, and you're just all such gentlemen.
She's reading that off this card.
That's what it says right here.
That's scripted.
It's gonna be your last lesson, son, how to be meaner and evil and still love your family and still enjoy sunrise.
Casey's journey this season is fascinating. He's a guy who his whole life has been steeped in violence. He served in the military.
Never met a man who's killed more men than me, but I ain't never murdered one.
He's sort of his entire life come face to face with this idea of absolutes, of Western justice. He is following in his father's footsteps, but he's trying so hard to do it his way.
That shooting was justified.
My office won't question it.
Well, you should probably question it. I'm just letting you know what you're gonna find out.
Also, as an example for Tate, right?
Sooner than dinner, we should be down there dealing with the case.
Dealing with what?
Come on, Tate. Let's go.
In the first 2 seasons, Casey was over and over again just a tool of John's will. Monica's been stuck sort of following Casey as he zigs and zags.
What you're supposed to do is fight for the life that you want.
And this season, I think, in the second season and the third season, I think it's incredible to see Monica sort
Take
of
her power back,
exactly ask
yeah.
herself what she wants.
Yeah.
Because she has this legacy to protect too. She has Tate to protect.
Oh, I never thought I'd sleep again.
She loves Casey and
course,
wants
yeah.
to protect Casey.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's now asking questions about her legacy in a different way.
And it was interesting to kind of see her finally get that power to actually accept the fact of like, I need to carve out something that might be different than what you're looking for, or things that are near and dear to her, and then seeing how it's affecting Casey in that way.
No, we can't stop the world from being bad, Monica.
Doesn't mean we shouldn't try.
You know, it's like to see the fact that it's like, wow, she's not kind of just following what my plan is. She's now doing, now it's like having to also watch him adjust.
I'm not ready to give up my career yet.
I'm not asking you to.
Monica, after sort of rejecting the path of the sword, for so long. This season, she participates basically in this sting operation with Rainwater and Mo to kill this sexual predator and murderer.
You're a brave woman.
Like, she's been fighting against violence this whole time. She's been trying to protect Casey from this violence. She's been trying to protect Tate. In that moment, she's immersed in that same danger and that same violence, and I think feels the same effects of what it means, the trauma that it inflicts on you.
What's wrong?
Just sore. Every muscle.
I know the feeling.
Which also, I think, forces her to also have to look at the things that, you know, her husband has gone through.
It's no wonder we're married, huh? We think exactly alike.
He always says he's trying to protect his family, you know, and for Monica it's the same way. Like, she was trying to also be protected in her own way as well. And so again, it kind of, we always have this thing where it's like everybody seems to want the same things, but they all want to do them in their own ways, and there's no way for everyone to be serviced.
Hey, this is Wes Bentley. Click here to subscribe to Paramount Network on YouTube for more Yellowstone.